Imagine being locked in total darkness. Not for a day, not for a year, but for 25 years. No sunlight, no freedom. Only silence and suffering. This is not a horror story. It is real. The shocking case of Blanche Monnier, a woman imprisoned by her own family, hidden away from the world until her discovery stunned an entire nation. Blanche Monnier was born in 1849 in Poitiers, France. She belonged to an aristocratic family, respected, admired, and wealthy. As a young woman, Blanche was celebrated for her beauty. Her neighbors described her as graceful, with a bright future ahead. She attended society events, inspired admiration, and was known as a jewel of the community. But behind the grand walls of the Monnier household, dark secrets were waiting to unfold. In her 20s, Blanche fell deeply in love with a local lawyer. He was older than her, a man of modest income, but to Blanche, he was kind, intelligent, and the one she wanted to spend her life with. Her mother, Madame Monnier, was a proud and controlling woman. To her, this man was not good enough. He was not wealthy. He was not noble. He was not suitable for the Monnier family. Blanche refused to give him up. She loved him with all her heart. But her mother's answer was not persuasion. It was punishment. One day, Blanche simply vanished. Her friends, her neighbors, even the man she loved, ways they never saw her again. Rumors spread. Some believed she had eloped. Others thought she had gone abroad. But in truth, Blanche was only a few steps away, inside her own home, locked in a tiny dark room by her mother's command. The window was boarded shut, the shutters nailed closed. The air inside was thick with rot and filth. Blanche was given scraps of food, but denied hygiene, denied light, denied freedom. For 25 years, she lay on a straw bed soaked with waste, surrounded by insects, rats, and the unbearable stench of decay. The once beautiful young woman became a forgotten prisoner, her youth stolen away by cruelty. In May of 1901, an anonymous letter reached the Paris Attorney General. It claimed a woman was being held captive inside the Monnier home in Poitiers. At first, the police were skeptical. The Monnier family was respected, and Madame Monnier was known as a figure of high society, but they investigated. And when they forced open a locked door on the second floor, what they found shocked even the most hardened officers. Inside, in a dark, foul-smelling room, lay Blanche Monnier. Her body was frail, skeletal, her hair long, tangled, crawling with lice, her skin burned by filth and absence of sunlight. She weighed barely 25 kilograms. One officer later wrote, "The room smelled of death, the smell of dirt, rot, and refuse." Blanche had not seen daylight in a quarter of a century. The discovery made headlines across France. Newspapers called her La Séquestrée de Poitiers, the prisoner of Poitiers. The public was outraged. How could a respected family commit such an atrocity? How could neighbors not know? How could a mother be so cruel to her own daughter? Madame Monnier was immediately arrested, but she never faced true justice. She died just 15 days later. Blanche's brother, Marcel, was put on trial for his role in the imprisonment. He claimed he was powerless under his mother's will. Though he was convicted, an appeals court later acquitted him. For the Monnier family, their aristocratic reputation was destroyed forever. Though Blanche was finally freed, she never truly escaped her prison. Her body and mind had been shattered by 25 years of confinement. She was moved to a psychiatric hospital where doctors attempted to care for her fragile state. But the trauma was too great. Blanche never regained her former life, never married, never lived in freedom. In 1913, at the age of 64, she passed away, her story forever marked by suffering. The tragedy of Blanche Monnier is more than just a tale of cruelty. It is a warning about power, secrecy, and silence. For 25 years, an entire community lived next to her prison, without daring to question, without daring to see. Her story reminds us that injustice thrives when hidden in shadows, and sometimes the greatest horror is not found in fiction, but in the choices made within a family's walls. Blanche Monnier's voice was silenced in life, but today, her story continues to echo more than a century later.